Hi guys, I'm Sam.
Hi, I'm Angel,
We are Unit Trust Consultant.
husband and wife team.
When we are driving, we know where we are going. We have a destination goal. So same thing comes to our own financial planning. We need to have a goals, right? So today, we're going to share with you 4 ways on how you can achieve your financial goals.
One commonly questions we get from people who we serve all the while is that, what is the financial goal? What kind of financial goal do we really need? And then how should we plan for it? Alright, I understand I need a goal, but what is that? And how should I plan for it? That is the common questions we get from the clients all the while. So let's move on and have a look. So when we look at this slide, you will see a few very important financial goals over here. Starting from emergency funds. Yeah, it is very important for us to have emergency funds in order to cover for those unforeseen, unwanted events such as like loss of job, repairing of car or house fixes, or even medical emergency for ourselves or our family. So it is very important to have an emergency fund. The next thing is that we may want to have a house, own a car, or even start a business, or even for those that wanted to go for vacation. So this is another type of goals that we tend to have. Then when we look a bit further, we understand the fact is that every one of us are getting older and we have commitments, right? So fact number 1 is that human beings are getting longer life. Yes, it's already well researched. You can search from the internet. Human beings tend to live longer nowadays. So foresee that we're going to live longer. The reason is because of better healthcare facilities, better lifestyle, better health conscious, etc. So the next thing we need to think of is our golden years. When we get old, how should we live our life? What are those expenses, and how should the income of it come from? And then another thing is our duty, our commitment for our children's educations. Nowadays, it's no longer the question of should I send my children to university study or should I not? It's no longer that question. It's not right anymore. The right question is, how much should I need to plan to send for my children for their university studies? That should be the right question, right? It's already become a part of the a necessity, an important thing that we need to plan for it. We shouldn't be waiting for that time to happen and then we crack our head how to find the source of it. So all these 4 important financial goals are what all of us should plan for. Emergency fund, and then house ownership, business startup, car ownership, etc. Children's university studies, and then the retirement and golden years expenses. Okay, so these are the things. And how much should we need to have for each of it? The next question is, how much should we need to have for all of this? So for that, we need to have a proper planning. So step number 2, when will you need this money? So there's a proverb. The best time to start planting a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time is right now. Isn't that beautiful? Yes. So it's never too late to start planning, Never too late. So the only thing is that we need to plan it right now and then. When will you need the money for emergency fund? Emergency fund is right now. You need it right now, right? Because you need to have the reserve in whichever account that you can access anytime. That is for emergency fund. And then for house ownership, car ownership, or even business startup, usually it will be somewhere around short to mid-term. It could be 2 years, 3 years, or 5 years. So that is called short to mid-term. And then when we look a bit further, assuming that you are having younger children right now, then your children's university studies were going to be somewhere around mid to long term. Assuming it is more than 10 years. Let's say you got a child now is 7 years old, or perhaps like 8 years old, 9 years old, then it will be another 10 years down the road before they need the money, right? So you still have time to plan for it. And then long term, for retirement, you need to plan for retirement. Most of us have some reserve in our EPF. The question is, do we able to retire comfortably and fully with our own EPF money? Okay, So I believe you have the answer lah, huh? So we need to plan for our retirement or golden years fund from now on, whether you are 30s, 40s or even 50s. Never too late to start. The best time to start is right now. So that is the time frame that we all need to consider about when we plan for our financial goals.
Step 3 is to plan out a budget. So there are 3 things we need to have clarity in mind when we plan out for a budget. So number 1, what are our fixed expenses? These include food and household necessity, loans and debts, insurance payment, family commitments, and etc. The next thing is our variable expenses, such as our personal and health care expenses, entertainment, hobbies, clothing, dining out, gift, and etc. And the last thing is our saving or investing budget. That includes saving investment for short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals. A general rule of thumb is to have a ratio of 60-20-20, meaning to say 60% of your income to fund for fixed expenses, 20% of your income to fund for variable expenses, and another 20% of your income to save and invest. Step 4. The final step is an execution for the financial goals. Start saving for your emergency, invest for your mid and long-term goals. The key over here is to start it right now. Start with any amount that you can afford and manage right now. The most important factors to achieve your financial goals is consistency and discipline. If you like to know more, the exact way to calculate your financial goals, plus implementing the right strategy and investment to achieve your goals, do contact us. We are experts in this area. So now you know the 4 steps to achieve your financial goal.
Feel free to contact us if you need more information. We are looking forward to hear from you soon. See you on our next video. Thank you. Bye bye. Stay safe.